Hey y'all, welcome back to the DIY Entrepreneurs Reaction Show. I'm so glad you decided to tune in with me today. Go ahead and hit that like button and become a subscriber to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. I would really appreciate that. Today we're going to be reacting to another Shark Tank pitch, so let's check it out.
First into the tank is a stylish trend in accommodation.
Hi Sharks, my name is Brett Ellenson and I'm from Tempe, Arizona.
And my name is David Soderman and I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Our company is Boho Camper Vans. We are seeking a $300,000 investment in exchange for 10%. Boho Camper Vans is changing the way that people travel and live through one simple yet powerful word, freedom.
We hear the word freedom all the time, but most of us never get to truly experience.
That guy Brett looks familiar. I don't know if he's been on the tank before or if he's a new owner or something, but he looks pretty familiar. Anyway.
The average American is swimming in debt, tied to an inflexible work schedule, and is just trying to keep up with the cost of living. Most of us feel as though we'll never catch up, and there must be a better way to experience life.
Boho Camper Vans is giving people back that freedom. We rent and we sell them. So whether you're looking for the tiny home on wheels for your short-term adventure or the ability to live on the road full-time, Boho Camper Vans has everything you need. Comfortable beds, kitchenettes with running water, solar-powered electricity, pull-out countertops, and more. The best part? You can take them anywhere.
Mobile living is not a new concept, but Boho Vans is different because we cater to a broader demographic. Our vans are affordable, easy to drive, and let's be honest, extremely photogenic. Shark Tank. Let's help people live more with less. Who wants to join this movement?
But first, let's try it. Who wants to check out this?
Yeah.
Walk us rolling love. This looks like totally fun.
Yeah, we try to make it look like a tiny home.
I kind of love it, right?
If it had a shower.
Yes.
If it had a shower. Running water.
Yes.
So there's,
You can actually hit the switch right under the countertop right there. Yeah. There you go.
Okay, it works.
Yep.
Hey, what's it take to do a shower?
We also have a shower. Show it to you.
There's a shower back there.
I gotta look.
You don't see that too often.
Kevin
Yep,
says
we got the shower here. But here's something that you actually really
Oh,
gonna
you
love.
kidding?
So we actually do butcher block countertops. This comes out about another 3 feet. And you can do all your cooking under here.
How fun is this?
Extra storage.
It's really cool.
Thank you.
What's your background? How did you get into this?
The idea came from a trip, so
the sharks look totally amazed, or of course they're playing for the cameras, but if you've watched any of my previous videos, then you know tiny home living, mobile vans and things of that sort is something that I am looking to do when I get to a certain age. And so I want to take a good 3 years and just travel in either a built tiny home or a mobile van, sort of like this. And so I love to see these pictures, and I love to see these products that has these features and things like that. But the sharks were just totally amazed. They're like, check this out. Ooh, I love their reactions.
I went with my girlfriend to Maui, and we explored the island in a camper van. So we came back and realized no one was doing this in Phoenix. And it's such a hot tourism town, and everybody rents their cars and they go to the Grand Canyon, and lodging up there is suspect. So I called Brett because I know he's a really great builder. He's a master at his crafts. So we discussed it over one night, and the next couple of days we bought a van.
Have I seen Brett on HGTV or something like that? I watch a lot of HGTV, or I used to. I haven't in a while. But maybe he's off of one of those shows. He just said something about he's a builder, so maybe.
And got to work.
My background is machining and fabrication. I've been doing tool and die work since I've been 14 years old.
What's your background?
My background, I went to school for design and marketing. We started this as a passion. We wanted to just use it, and maybe make a little money on the side if we weren't using it. And then we couldn't even use it because it was booked up so much.
Wow.
So we built another one and another one.
So you have a whole bunch of them.
We have 5 vans in our rental fleet.
5 vans.
And we've sold 12.
And you sold 12.
How would you rent this out for?
It comes out to be just under $200 a night, and we have a 3-night minimum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
And once you buy it and trick it out, how much are you into the van for?
For our rental vans, we're into them right at about $20,000.
That's it, huh? That's not bad.
That's
Yes.
it. Because we're buying the vans, we're sourcing them used.
On a $20,000 van, how much revenue can you generate in a year?
So we're doing about $2,000 a month per van.
Would you say you pay back a van within a year?
8 months.
8 months.
8 months.
How many of you guys sold for people to live in, literally live in?
So out of the 12 vans that we've sold, it's basically half of them.
Yeah.
Half of the people actually live on.
We see this as mobile real estate. We see this as kind of the next level of living.
What gives you guys an edge and a difference? And how do you scale this model beyond
That's a
a
good
master
question.
craftsman?
So first off, they're very affordable in this space. We have lots and lots of people that have reached out to us just wanting to get on our list to build a van.
Tell me what fitting it out like that costs.
This van was $15,000 used, and we charged $29,000 for this build out.
And I'm curious, how long does it take you to actually do that van?
So right now, we have our process just under 3 weeks.
And do you have any debt?
Nope.
0.
No debt.
Under a
So
month?
how much did you make in the last year?
So in the last 8 months in 2019, we're at $195,500 net.
Wow.
Net.
Sales. So our sales
Everybody
total
repeat
this
that.
year, calendar year, $493,000.
195 net?
Almost 500.
Really?
Good
That's
for
really
you guys. That's
impressive.
impressive.
So you're looking for money from us?
Yes.
What are you going to do with that money?
So I'm going to take the money
More.
and I'm going to put it into manufacturing and get it so we can actually have finished pieces ready to go in the van, and we can hire on just installers because everything's
So it's like
pre-cut,
prefab.
prefab. Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's go to the numbers because I'm a numbers guy. So if I'm an investor, what am I going to make next year?
So this year we're going to project to be at 800,000 in sales.
Okay.
By the end of the year. So next year we're
Almost double.
projecting 1.9.
1.9?
That's what we're going to project next year.
What am I going to
In
make
a
on
year,
that?
next year?
Pre-tax.
I think we're going to be close to $1 million.
$1 million.
Yeah.
Out of 1.9, you're going to net $1 million?
Just based on our margins now.
Yep.
Why
If
don't
they
you have a lot of
prefab.
competitors?
We
I don't get
talk
that.
about it a lot. It's time, it's space, it's know-how.
All right, so I'm in.
For how much?
Hold your horses, Bob. But it's a Shark Tank. I love.
You could tell Barbara is very interested and she wants to get in. I could tell just by her reaction with what he said as far as he's in. And so, and I forget his name. But I like their numbers. Of course, their numbers are good. And it's telling, I believe, on one of the recents, this is an episode from season 11. But I could remember on one of the recent shows that Barbara mentioned something about a deal in this space or in this pitch. And so let's see who takes the deal and if Barbara needs to fight for it. But let's see.
Of your numbers, but you're only doing 495. Let's round it up, 500,000, and you are basically asking for a valuation of $3 million. That's a sporty valuation.
Yes.
Not if they're making $1 million in profit next
Well,
year.
wait a second. That assumes everything goes right.
Guys, I'll make it simpler. Look, I think it's a great business for y'all, but it's just not a fit for me right now. Congratulations, man, but I'm out.
The way I see it, the way I look at it,
So I haven't
say-
finished there, Kevin. Oh, sorry.
No.
Go ahead.
Just give me a moment because
You don't get
my
a moment.
juices are flowing. I look at it and say to myself, I should be the third partner at 33.5%. I'll give you the 300,000. I want a third of the business because I'm Mr. Wonderful.
They don't look happy,
Dang.
Kevin.
They look very happy. You should always be happy when you get an offer from Mr. Wonderful.
So look, he's trying to gouge you. Can you come back to me because I was just putting some real numbers on there.
Please.
So-
Thank you for the offer.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Thank you for the offer. Get pissed
Thank you
off.
for the offer.
Well, let's see.
Rohan, so what are you going to do, Rohan?
Look, you got to get to a more reasonable and fair valuation on this. A third is too much. I would go for the 300,000. Happy to bring all the sort of marketing muscle and awareness building that this thing needs to have, but I'd want 25%.
Whoa, what's the difference? You give us the Wonderful
It's
for just
geez,
like
I'm
the
a
point.
quarter, they're 3/4. It's a big delta.
I'm like Mr. Wonderful. What's the difference? We understand a point could be a lot, but Mr. Wonderful, Kevin, made an offer to give them $300K for 33.3% of their company, and Rohan just came in and offered them the $300K for 25% of their company. But then he remarked about Kevin's deal and said that it was too much or something like that, and then he come with what, 8 points less.
If you guys are entertained, let's talk about it. If not, I'm fine to move out. You guys got to pick it or leave it.
You haven't heard from me yet. And who was most excited?
You were very thrilled.
One shark is out. David and Brett have 2 offers on the table for their designer van business, Boho. But Lori also seems interested.
I think it's super cool. I could see people loving this.
We do.
I got to think for a minute. I'm going to think for a minute.
All right, so if you guys want to feedback, great. If not, I'm happy to be
I
out.
want more offers, and here comes an offer. I don't think you need a partner at all. I think you need cash. That's it.
Come on,
You've got a
Bob.
plan. You're working the plan. It's going exactly as you had wished it would, probably better. And I do believe your projections that you're going to make $1 million next year. Okay, so I'll give you exactly what you want, $300,000 for 10%, but I'll give it to you in the form of $150 in cash up front and $150 in credit line. And then if the business expands and continues to grow at the same rate, and I see no reason why not, I'll continue to fund the growth. Simple.
Good way
Interesting.
structured.
How is that a shocky offer? You give them exactly what they wanted.
No, it's not
it's a
exactly what they
loan, half
offer.
is
It's half
debt.
what they offer.
Yeah.
If you're considering debt, I'm far more creative than Barbara is, and I can make you an offer you might find extremely attractive.
debt.
You still get the
How
shock
about I
salary.
loan you the $300,000 at 9% for 2 years, venture debt, and I get 7%
You can walk into a
equity.
bank and get it for less.
Respectfully, we really pride ourselves on being debt-free. We really
So
do.
you don't want to do
Good for
that.
you.
You were
That's
listening to
right.
Barbara with her debt
Good for you,
deal.
man.
Well, let me make you an offer. I'll do the $300,000 at 20%, but mine has a caveat. I want a charitable component in this.
To a van?
I would, yes,
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
van.
To a
Hear me
homeless
out.
cause.
Hear me out.
Yeah, I hear you. Give it to
There's
a
a lot of
charity.
homeless people in America.
I love
I see
it.
it constantly because I'm always in just major cities.
We absolutely love that idea. It's something we've been wanting to align with, a social cause. We love it. Respectfully, would you be able to go down to 15% with that same offer?
You
that
know
mean you're
that
not
the
considering my
15% is
You want my
really
offer?
low.
You want
I would
that?
stick it at the 20.
You know, guys, my offer is really the best offer here because it gives you exactly what you need. And in addition to that, there's nobody here that can market better than me.
Oh, that's.
There is no one here that you can laugh all you want.
I'm laughing.
There's no one here.
I'm totally laughing.
You shouldn't be overly concerned with debt. You're a profitable company. Take the debt issue off the table. I respect.
I like what Rohan just said, because I was about to pause and say that even though they didn't have any debt in the company, bringing on the 150 debt may be a little bit overwhelming for them. But with what Rohan just said, I now change my thought. But it makes sense that if they're profitable already and they're doing well, they have projections to do well, sometimes it's good to take on a little bit of debt in order to kind of have room for other growth or product development and things like that. I do want to speak to Lori's offer. I love it. She just offered them $300K for 20% and to add a charitable component to it, meaning, you know, probably give some rooms, rent it out sometimes for homeless people. I love that thought, but let's see who takes it.
Respect your whole debt-free strategy, but I wouldn't be concerned with these guys. They're not gouging you at 20% interest rate.
Thank you for the business advice.
So I'm the lowest cost deal if you actually think about it, by miles. $300,000 debt at 9% for 2 years, 24 months, and I only want 7% equity.
I thought he said 9. Oh, he did. That was
What was the interest on the loan that you're offering?
Whatever interest I get on the loan, I pass on to you. It's not to make money. It's so that you take off the table the least amount of stock. Because I've been in the position of almost selling a lot of stock, and a few years later
Mine's still in
realizing
stock, Barbara.
that I made a terrible mistake if I had done the deal.
Why give up
And
10
hold
and
on,
give
and
up
I'm a
7?
sweetheart.
He said
Give
I'm a
up 7.
sweetheart.
Can I do a drum roll, please?
Only having to pay back the other 50. So who's leaning towards? I don't know, Barbara. Yeah.
I heard it, Barbara. Yeah.
Barbara,
You got
a
it,
deal?
baby.
First of all, I love that they were able to just talk amongst themselves and come up with a deal and come back and be like, Barbara, you got a deal. They didn't even like negotiate over her, but let's see.
Nice one, Barbara.
Nice.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Thank you very much.
Congrats, guys.
Good luck, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so in that deal, we saw that Barbara ended up making the deal with the Boho van, the Boho Camper Vans, and she ended up splitting or devising a offer of 150. They came in asking for $300K for 10%. She ended up giving them $150 cash and $150 credit line for their business in order to grow and things like that. I love the fact that she was able to read that they're profitable already. They have plans to do well. They have a good marketing person on the team already. And she identified, right, one of her first comments was, you guys just need cash. And so I love that she was able to drill in on that and give them an offer that they were able to accept. And I believe that what Rohan said, the advice that he said was for them to not, care so much about the small point of debt that they will incur if they take this credit line. I love that he was able to come in and interject with that. And I really believe that that gave some credit to their decision with accepting Barbara's $150 credit line, because it did share that they are a debt-free company. And so I'm so happy for Barbara that she was able to make this deal with the Boho Camper Vans. And I really do hope that this partnership proves to be very profitable for all of them that was involved. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and sticking around until the end. I really do appreciate that. Don't forget to hit that like button and become a subscriber if you like this content. And make sure you check us out for the next ones.
Oh man. So Barbara was a perfect fit for us because she knew we didn't want any debt, and she gave us a way to pay it off quickly.
And Barbara, she knows real estate, so we keep touting we're mobile real estate. We're the future of it, so we're glad to have her on board because she's going to take us places.
Yep.
Okay, and I also wanted to provide just some type of update on the Boho Camper Vans since the time that they was aired, which again, this was season 11. And I saw that this was back in 2020. But what was also interesting about this date, I read, it says this show originally aired on March 20th, 2020. The date that most of the country was shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And so they aired it right when we were called in, right before this whole COVID situation happened, right? And then it also said that they also were able to get an update on season 12 or 13? It was season 12. And so in season 12, they gave an update, and they were saying that they were able to help some of the nurses since their episode aired, and it ushered us right into that whole pandemic season where things were just shut down. We had to stay home. Of course, their business took a hit with the rental side as well as the purchasing side. But I found an article where they shared just some comments as to how they're doing now. And this was again back in 2021. I haven't found any relevant data or news on them for the year 2022. But back in 2021, it says as of June 2021, they were on track to do over $2 million in the sales for the year. And then it said as of March 22, this year, they reported over $5 million in sales for 2021 that year. I also found another article that, again, they just had a good updated write-up of them. And I just kind of want to read this verbatim. This was on the realitytv.com website, giving their update on the Boho Camper Vans. It said, airing at the start of the pandemic was bittersweet. This is a quote from one of the owners that they share with this site. It said, airing at the start of the pandemic was bittersweet. We had our 2 busiest months completely canceled on the rental side. We were losing thousands of dollars a day. We weren't sure where the business was going. With our rentals just sitting in our garage, we saw an opportunity to help. We decided to donate our vans to first responders to give them a way to get away from the hospital and just relax. So that was a quote from one of the owners as to what they did right after the airing, which was the pandemic. It said once the stay-at-home orders started to lift, they saw an increase in rental customers coming back. They're perfect for the pandemic because they were self-quarantined by design. And it's really a great way to travel. It said in the year before Shark Tank, they did $493,000 in business. And in the 8 months since Shark Tank, back in March 2020, they've done 1.4 million in sales. I also wanted to just check out their social media pages. So I went to their Instagram site, and we see that they have for over 45,000 followers, and they are still posting on their social media regularly, so they're still doing well. This was the most recent post that happened just 2 days ago from today, and so it shows their lineup of camper vans here. Their website is pretty cool as well. One thing that I thought was interesting from the website is that they posted information on financing one of the vans. So they're still in the business of selling and renting the vans to people who want to have that experience, and they provide means to do so in a financial way. And so all in all, I'm just glad that they were able to find a way to sustain themselves during the pandemic, given that their episode aired right after or right into the whole COVID-19 situation. But I'm so glad that they were able to find a way to be of use and contribute to the things that was needed during the time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and staying until the end. I do hope that the short update that I was able to provide was useful for you and your knowledge. But make sure you check us out again, and make sure you hit that like button and become a subscriber to the channel if you like this content.